What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Real Talk Recovery, where we talk about recovery from addiction and I share my life with you. My name is Nicole and I am a person in recovery. My sobriety date is July 13th of 2015. So tonight, you guys, we have decided that we were going to talk about guilt and shame. So why don't you guys come on in, get yourself situated, and then we'll start the conversation. So, happy Friday, TGIF. Thank God it's Friday, right? Hey, Nick. Fridays are the bomb. Why don't you guys do me a solid and list one thing in the comment section that y'all are grateful for today. As you can probably guess, I am grateful that it's Friday. That's my thing. Making gratitude lists has always helped me to kind of like get myself out of a funk when I'm having a hard time, because it makes me pause long enough to think about the things that I used to not have, like my own house and my son back and my husband sober and laying in the bed beside me, so a grateful heart doesn't get high. That's what I learned. When you have an attitude of gratitude, you're not going to go out and get fucked up because you're not trying to escape reality. You know what I mean? So, list things you're grateful for. Congratulations on your sobriety, BSBZ, BCE. Hey, Blunts, what's up? So, for the longest time, you guys, I didn't think of life like that. I didn't think of things that I was grateful for because I was constantly thinking about what I did not have. And that kept me in a state of depression and anxiety at all times. When you guys can change the way you think and start perceiving life from a different point of view, change your perception, be grateful, it really does help out a lot. It'll change your life. I know that might seem like such a simple thing, but what I'm telling you guys 100%, change the way you think. It will change your life forever in a positive way. When I started incorporating gratitude into my life and taking time to realize the sun shining, the beautiful flowers on the tree, the fact that I had a car to drive and didn't have to walk anywhere, my life, it just got better. Overall, it got better. You can think of being grateful for things just like TikTok. This is a privilege, those of us that have this app, to be able to go live and communicate with each other here online. A lot of you guys are in whole other states. Some of y'all are in whole other countries. And we wouldn't be able to do that if we didn't have TikTok. We wouldn't be able to connect with each other. So that's a thing you can be grateful for if you didn't even know. So, what keeps me wanting to stay sober? What keeps me wanting to stay sober is I want to be sober because I want to be of service to you guys. And I also want to be alive to take care of my son. And so having my son and seeing him growing up and becoming, his own little person, that inspires me to stay sober. And through staying sober, I have began to want to be sober because I enjoy my life sober now. I don't want to get high anymore because I actually enjoy what I'm doing. I think if I didn't enjoy what I was doing, I might not feel like that, but I would get there, slowly but surely. One thing that is important for you guys to understand is that I didn't get here where I'm at overnight. It took a lot of hard work to get to where I'm at. I have been doing this same thing that we're doing right now live for 4 years now. Okay, I take time out to do this every night because I want to help other people. I'm sorry to ask, but we are. What am I? What? Thank you, Nikki. Thank you. As you can see, I did a peacock eye look for you guys, and it is duochrome eyeshadow that changes and shifts with the light. I'm a bad bitch. Yes, that's what it was like for me in my active addiction. Oh, what was I addicted to? I was addicted to methamphetamine, oxy. All these are intravenously. I shot up meth, oxy, cocaine, Xanax. So I was a poly addict. I was addicted to multiple substances at the same time. Sometimes I would do just meth. Sometimes I would do just oxy. Sometimes I would do meth and then I would do oxy. Sometimes I would do oxys and Xanax at the same time. It was just anything I could get my hands on. I didn't really have like a preference for a long time. But if I had to say which was my drug of choice would be methamphetamine. No, I shot them up. Now, I did snort and take pills when I was, before I started shooting up. But now, you know, once I got older and I realized how to shoot up, then I started shooting up. Nicole, what's on your bucket list? I don't even have a bucket list yet. But I want to just do stuff with my family. Like, I want me and Neil and Nate to be able to take a vacation to Hawaii one year. I also want to go to Six Flags Over Texas and take my son, because I remember when I got to go there with my parents. I want to take my little boy to California with me one year. And so just traveling around with my family. That's what I want to do. So, okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about overcoming guilt and shame. Okay. Overcoming guilt and shame. It's super important that you guys understand that there's a difference between guilt and shame. You know, it's healthy to have a little bit of guilt, especially because we did so many things that were horrible in our addictions. But it's not healthy to carry shame and to be ashamed to share what you're going through or be ashamed of the things that you did, because we are all human. Everyone makes mistakes, and you can heal and grow past that. When we carry shame with us, then when there's no healing in shame. Hey, Neil, will you hand me your phone? I'm going to use your Google real fast. Guilt is I made a mistake. Shame is I am a mistake. Exactly. Good job, Golden Bear. That's a good way to look at it. We're gonna read the definition of guilt and then read the definition of shame. What is the definition of guilt? Okay. Okay, so guilt. The fact of having committed a specified or implied offense or crime. Informal. Make someone feel guilty, especially in order to induce them to do something. Overview. Feeling responsible or regretful for a perceived offense, real or imaginary, can be part of the grief reaction. What is the definition to shame?
Here's a summary from Wikipedia. Shame is mainly a masculine given name.
Shame. Okay. Shame is a painful feeling of humiliation or distress caused by the consciousness of wrong or foolish behavior. A painful feeling of humiliation or distress. Oh man, that sucks. Okay. Okay, your mom wants to know if we ever got our state check for income tax. So anyways, I have struggled with guilt and shame since getting sober, and I'll kind of share a little bit about it with you guys. Okay, so, in 2015, when Nathaniel got taken away from us by Child Protective Services, I felt immense guilt and shame. I'm talking about to the point where I couldn't sleep at night while I was in treatment. As I would lay there at night trying to close my eyes, I would see Nate's little round head. Because see, when he was taken away from us, he was not even 1 year old yet. And he had the perfect little round head. Every night when I would try to go to bed, I would cry because I just felt so guilty that I had gotten him taken away from me and that he was going to go be with a family who he didn't know. That was one of the hardest things to deal with, was knowing that my son was going to be somewhere with strangers who he didn't know. Now, once I was able to get Nate back in our custody, I worked really hard. Hey, country gal. I worked really, really hard to get Nate back. I didn't pull any punches. I followed the directions. I did my drug test. I did my hair follicle test. I went to parenting classes. I did my therapy. I went to meetings. You guys, I was going to AA meetings 3 times a week to make sure that I had this little sheet signed so I could take it to them and show them that I was being productive in my sobriety, that I was actually trying to make changes in my life. They didn't make me do that. I chose to do that because I needed extra stuff to show them how serious I was about getting Nate back. After I got him back, guess what started to happen? I started to guilt parent him out of guilt. A lot of the times, me and my husband, he would ask us for a toy, and where normal parents would say, no, we can't get you that toy, it's too expensive, or no, you're going to have to work to earn that toy, me and my husband would just buy him the toy because we felt so guilty about him getting taken away from us, in the past. And we still struggle with that. Now, since getting sober, I have gotten a lot better about it because I am the main parent. Neil's at work, so I'm at home with Nate. And after the last 2 or 3 years of just him, being such a little spoiled rotten, I have gotten to the point where I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that anymore. But my husband still struggles with parenting out of guilt and buying him whatever he wants. And it's because he's at work, so he doesn't deal with Nate as much. And it's easier. It's harder for him because he doesn't, I don't know how to explain it other than like, I'm at home, I see the temper tantrums, I see the, being a little toot, I see the not cleaning up his room. And so Neil doesn't see that, and he parents out of guilt. But he's getting better about it. I've gotten so much better about it, but he's starting to catch up to me now and getting better about it. That's where I struggle with guilt. Another area I struggle with guilt is guilt about how I worried my parents all through my addiction and the pain that I caused them because of my drug addiction. In fact, more specifically about my dad, because my dad, he tried so hard to get me to quit using drugs. I remember he picked me up from treatment. It was like my first or second time into treatment. And we were riding in the car together, and he said, "Why can't you just quit? Why can't you just quit?" And I remember sitting in the back seat of his car crying and saying, "Dad, you just don't understand. You just don't understand. I can't just quit." And back then I didn't have the answers to why I couldn't quit. Hey, Dave. Hey, Jimmy. I didn't have the answers of why I couldn't quit. I just knew that I couldn't just quit. I had tried so many times to just quit. And it wasn't so much that I couldn't quit. It was that I couldn't stay quit. Because I could quit on a dime. I could drop it like a hot tamale, but then I would pick back up. Okay? That's what it was. I couldn't stay quit. I couldn't stay stopped. Me and my dad have a really tight relationship. I'm a daddy's girl. And all my life, I always looked up to my dad. All my life, I always kind of held my dad up on this pedestal. My parents are still married, and I love my mom so much. She's the best. But my mom and my sister Michelle are really close, and then me and my dad are really close. And my dad, I was always like what he was. Like, I was always responsible with my money. I always, like, I worked really hard. I was like a spitting image of my dad. Like, if you put a mirror up to him, it was me. I was a hard worker. I was like super, super fucking passionate about everything I do. My dad is the same way. And so when I started getting in trouble, I got arrested for the first time. Like, really arrested, and caught caught my first felony possession charge. And when that happened, I remember my dad pulling out the newspaper, and it was the front of the Sentinel Record of Hot Springs, Arkansas, and it was like, drug bust, Nicole DeMeo and Quincy Smith, drug bust, on Woodlawn Avenue, and I was so upset and I was so ashamed of myself. Now that's where I had shame. You know, I was ashamed that I had embarrassed my family like that. I was ashamed that I had brought that negative outlook on our family's name. And my parents were very angry at me, and my dad was very ashamed of me. But I could never figure out why I couldn't quit. You know what I mean? Now that I am sober, you can ask any questions you have, Angie. I'm reading y'all's comments as they go by, okay? I'm so sorry for that to have happened to you and your family, but it's not your... And so when I got caught with drugs, you guys, like, I took full responsibility for that because I was out there running and gunning. I was riding in my car. I had a bunch of dope in the car with me. I was letting Quincy drive my car. Like, I was doing stupid shit. You know what I mean? Do stupid shit, win stupid prizes. My drug test tested negative for Suboxone, and I'm taking it every day. Is this possible? Hey, Angie. So, yes, it is possible. If you're taking it every day, what can happen is you need to have your thyroid checked. So I have a friend of mine who had the same thing happen to her, and her doctor kept accusing her of not taking her medicine, but she was taking it every day. Come to find out, she had something going on with her thyroid, and her body was just metabolizing that buprenorphine like so quick. And so what he started having her do is he started having her split dose, half in the morning and half in the evening. But that's what was going on. It's something to do with her thyroid. So that might be what's going on. What's a hot rail? Chris, I made a video about it. Go watch it. I used to have a heart palpitation from Imodium abuse, but today I found out that it's gone away. That's good, Nick. Imodium AD can kill you if you abuse it. So, there's a whole video on that. Okay? We're not going to talk about that right now. So, anyways, so that's kind of the difference between guilt and shame. You know, I felt a lot of guilt when my son got taken away from me. I felt a lot of guilt, and I wanted to parent out of guilt. Shame is the feeling I felt when I embarrassed my family and I got caught with dope and the whole town knew. You know what I'm saying? Another difference is I felt guilty when I feel guilty whenever I don't know, let me think. I tell a fib or I tell a lie, right? I feel shame when I do things like binge eat. When I tell you guys the shame I feel around binge eating, it's like no other. It's so strong. At night, if I binge, I feel so much shame. It's not a guilt, it's a shame, and that's the unhealthy part of it, you know? Hey, Danielle. How would you abuse Imodium? Never heard of it. Okay, I'll tell you. I work for Dr. B. What you do, how you abuse Imodium is you overtake it. Okay, so Imodium, when taken like 30, 60, 90 Imodium pills, it has the same effects as an opioid would. Hey, Hooping Gardener. Thanks, girl. So, okay, so let me get back into it. That's where I have shame. I feel shame whenever I overeat. And that's not good. I need to get out of that because it's a mistake and I made it and I can turn it around. I don't have to stay focused on that mistake. And that's a mistake that I make very often is when I do something and it's not perfect and I feel shame about it, I'll stay in that shame and I'll beat myself up about it. And I'll go back and forth, beating myself up. Well, that doesn't do any good. That's not healthy for me. You know, beating myself up with shame isn't going to help me make better choices next time. So instead, when I have a lapse and I binge eat, I need to look at what was going on that day and the day before. What did I eat the day before? Did I eat a bunch of sugar? Did I stay up really late without eating anything? Did I have a good breakfast? No. And that's what I have to learn. I have to start analyzing when I make these mistakes. It's the same like for you guys. Let's say you have a relapse, okay? I think we had somebody come in earlier today and said that they had relapsed. Okay, so you had a relapse. You relapsed on meth, and you did meth for the night. And now you're super duper shamed about it, right? You feel horrible. You don't know what to do. You're beating yourself up. You're like, damn it, I relapsed. Hey, Caitlin, glad to see you in here, girl. Damn it, I relapsed. I'm such a piece of shit. I'm a loser. I'm never going to get sober. My life's never going to change. I can't even fucking stay sober for fucking da-da-da-da-da. And you're just going over and over in your mind about it. Well, that's not what you need to do. What you need to do is say, okay, I picked back up. Now, let me figure out why the fuck did I do that? What was going on in my life that contributed to me picking up drugs again? Okay, so let's say you look at your life and you realize, well, lately here I have a job and I've just been working so many hours and I'm really stressed out. So the first thing that you realized is you were overworked, okay? All right. Overworked, all right? Overworked. Have you been, and then you think, and you're sitting there, well, I did have a disagreement with my wife the other night, right? A fight with my wife the other night, and that really, really made me feel horrible, okay? Then you can look at your how you've been doing for the week. Have you been eating healthy? Have you been, taking showers every night? Have you been taking care of yourself? And the answer to that is probably no. So no self-care, because if you're overworked, you're probably not, taking time for yourself. So just from that little bit of analyzing your day and what happened before you picked up the drugs, you realize I'm overworked, underpaid, I'm feeling guilty about the fight I had with my wife the night before, and I'm not taking good care of myself. I'm not taking time for any self-care. So those are 3 things that you can change, so that way you don't relapse and you don't repeat the same behavior. But see, the thing about it is a lot of people would say, well, I need to work. I need those hours. But the thing about it is, guys, is there's no job that's more important than you staying sober. If you can't stay sober, you'll lose that job anyway. So I tell this to people all the time. I tell it to my own husband, but nobody listens to me. I'm telling you guys, I would rather you quit your job that's stressing you out and making you sick than you go out and relapse and get fired from your job. Okay? Put in your 2 weeks notice, put in your week's notice, and let's find you something that's less stressful. So that way you can be of maximum benefit to yourself and to your family. Because if you're going out and relapsing and getting high, you're not good for anyone. Then you totally take yourself out of the whole equation, Hey, Brandy. No, I don't fast. I mean, I guess you could say I kind of do, because I don't eat after 8 o'clock at night until the next morning. So, okay. So now that we know how to address it if we have a relapse, that we have to reflect, okay? I had a lady call today. She called the 1-800 number. I answered it, and she said that she had 8 years sober from alcohol, but she relapsed. And she was drinking a glass of wine, and she needed help getting sober, and she wanted to know about naltrexone. And so I sat there and I told her, she said, I just don't know what to do, because I get depressed and I feel like having a glass of wine, and so then I have a glass of wine, and then the next thing you know, I've had a bottle of wine. And that's when I told her, I was like, you need to get involved with some recovery support groups. You need to pick up the phone whenever you think about drinking wine. You need to reach out and talk to somebody. Because see, here's the thing, you guys. We are like emotional barometers, okay? And as our, here, I'll have to draw it for you. So this is a thermometer, okay? And this is you. You're this thermometer, okay? So let's put the little lines right here, okay? And so let's say you break up with your husband, you divorce your husband, so you're sad, you're right here, okay? Then you have a fight with your best friend, and you go up to here, okay? Then you call into work and get fired, and you go up to here. Then your mom pisses you off, and you go all the way up to here, right? And you're just going up and up and up and up until you burst like a volcano, okay? The purpose of having those sober support network and the friends that you can talk to, right, is so you don't burst, so you don't blow a gasket. Al-Anon, A-L-A-N-O-N, okay? Yes. And so if you're having all these emotions, right? These different emotions, stress, sad, depressed, mad, angry, tired, lonely, hungry, all these things can affect you, okay? And so you need to talk about what you're going through. You need to write it down. You need to journal it. You need to let other people know, I'm going through it. I'm struggling. And that will help you so much. See, the people I see struggle the most are the people who are not willing to talk about what they're going through. The people I see who fucking relapse time and time again, who they stay to themselves and they stay inward, and they're ashamed. They're ashamed to talk about what they're going through. But you have to break through that eventually, because you'll just continue repeating the same behaviors, the same mistakes over and over and over again until you become willing enough to do the work. It's just that simple. Picking up the phone and calling somebody when you're struggling isn't that hard. Getting a journal out and writing about what you're struggling with and talking to your sponsor or mentor or best friend, it's not hard to do. You know what's hard to do? Keep up lies. You know what's hard to do? Search for dope every single day and find pills every single day. You know what's hard to do? Be fucked up and take care of your family and your kid. You know what's hard to do? Go into your job fucked up on pills and make up lies so that way they don't know what you're doing. All that shit's hard. Staying sober is not hard. It's actually kind of easy in the grand scheme of things. Addiction is hard. Lying and being a fucking phony is hard. And that's the thing. It's like, you have to get focused on what is more important to you. Is getting fucked up and being high 24/7 important to you, or is being a functioning member of society and a part of your family and friends with your best friends and have a relationship with your parents again? Or is that more important? Is getting to know who you really are and loving yourself important to you? Those things should be important to you. And so those are the things that you focus on and that you work towards. What's up, Jason? Thank you, baby. That's why my brother can't get sober or won't get sober, is because he don't want to talk about it. He says he wants to be clean, but he won't open up though. Right. Okay. So that's what I call, those are the people who are constitutionally incapable, because they are incapable of doing the work. It's like you can beg them, please talk to me. Let me know how you're feeling. I know you're struggling. And it's like they know 110% when they talk about it, they feel better. They know that they do. But they are just so hard-headed and stubborn that they won't do it. I know somebody just like that. He's very close to me. He just won't do it, no matter what. Even when I try to talk to him about the stuff, he won't do it. And so I tell everybody this, but every time I literally pray to God every single day, because I know as long as you're bottling up that crap inside, it's eventually your barometer is going to pop. It's going to pop. Eventually your volcano is going to erupt. I would even say this, you guys, like if you have such an issue with talking to like a sponsor or a mentor, I would even say that this would work. If you could write down in a journal what you're going through and really get it out of yourself, maybe even get in the shower in the mornings when nobody's home and say these things out loud that you're struggling, that can help you. But I truly believe having the feedback of another person in recovery is a vital part of it. It really, really helps for someone to say, I understand what you're going through. I've been there. I want you to know that you're going to be okay and that you're going to make it through this. I can't tell you how much it's so comforting to me whenever I talk with other women and they let me know that I'm not crazy and that I'm not the only one who feels like that. It's super duper healing for me. What happened, Nick? Tell us. and he was so close to being sober for 30 days and was at rehab, but he wouldn't do the open up part. Brandy, that makes me so sad. That makes me sad. I know. And listen to me, you guys. That's how easy it is. That's how simple it is. Can you imagine some of us, I know all of us have been there, how stubborn we were when we wouldn't open up? Think about how easy it is now that you're opening up and you're sharing with people your struggles and you're talking about your recovery and reaching out for suggestions and help. See how easy it is now? See how your life is just flowing smoothly? Think about why were we ever against doing that? Why was it so hard for us to open up and do that? Now, I'll tell you this. I do know some people that the reason why they don't is because it's been instilled in them that it's shameful to talk about their addiction and that it's shameful that they struggled. But I'm here to tell you this, that is a lie from the pit of hell, okay? That is a lie from the pit of hell. That's an old school way of thinking, okay? Keeping your secrets, like keeping your struggles a secret. That's that old school way that old people used to say, we don't want anybody to know our business. You know what I mean? That's not how it is anymore these days. And if you're one of those people who thinks you have to keep secrets because you struggled with addiction, like, you're the minority, because it's cool to recover out loud. It is hard, Brandy, I know. Well, that's stupid. There are a place for opiates, okay? Opiates should be used for chronic pain patients because they do help people that have pain. Just because some people got addicted and have problems with opiates doesn't mean the rest of the world should be punished. I think it's harder for men to open up. We were taught so much to suck it up and that it's new. Absolutely, Axel. I can understand why it can be harder for men to open up, but that's why men have to find another man that they can open up to. If your life depends on whether or not you open up about and get help for your addiction, wouldn't you do it if your life depends on it? Because that's the thing, you guys. Your life depends on it. Your life depends on you getting this out of you and getting help. Trusting people and wondering how they would react because my mom reacted horribly. Hey, Delilah. So, yeah, a lot of parents react in a negative way when we open up to them about our addictions, right? Because why? Why do they do that? It's not because they don't love us. It's not because they're mad at us. It's because they're afraid. It's because they're ignorant and they're afraid. 9 times out of 10, it's fear that's backing those emotions because they love you and they don't want you to struggle. They don't want you to be sick with addiction, and they don't understand it. You know, having a better understanding of addiction is what will help your family members help you even more. Why my brother doesn't want to open up is his pride and embarrassment. Yes. Okay. So one of the most important things when getting sober is pocketing your pride. Okay. They talk about it in the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous that you have to smash your pride and your ego. Okay. So because you're getting help is what it is. You're asking for help. There's no room for pride when you're reaching out for help, because pride is what's going to keep you from that. Okay, I want you to think about something. Did you have pride when you was down on 12th Street asking the crackhead next door for a rock? No. Did you have pride when you were begging your drug dealer for a front? Nope. Did you have pride when you was sucking the glass ding, 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 ding? Nope. Did you have pride when you got that toilet water out of the toilet to shoot up that dope? Nope. You know, it's like us drug addicts. We like to have pride at just the right times, right? It's like pride schmide. You have to open up and get help, you guys. You cannot live your life sitting there holding everything in and pushing everything down. It's not going to work, okay? It's not going to work. The only reason why I'm saying this, you guys, is because I've seen people try to do this over and over again. And I've seen them pocket it and push it down and try to hide the way they're feeling. And they have struggled miserably struggled with it, you guys. And that's why I'm saying, if it's that easy to just open up and talk about it, then do that. Why not do that, you know? So shame is what keeps a lot of people from doing that. The shame and the embarrassment of what other people will think about them. You know what the great thing about it is, you guys? That you don't have to talk to other people who don't understand. When you talk about your addiction, you talk to somebody, another person in recovery that can help you. So that way they don't make fun of you and they're not ashamed of you and they don't think it's a bad thing. They understand because they've been there before. They've done the same exact thing. Anytime I have somebody I'm working with, like I had a girl reach out to me like a week or two ago, and she was telling me about her cocaine addiction. And I was telling her, there's nothing you can say that I haven't done, honey. Nothing. So it's easy whenever you got somebody like that to open up to. You just talk about it, man. Just talk about it. But anyways, what do y'all want to talk? I want to answer questions. If you guys have questions, put them in the chat. I love sharing my experiences with you guys. What finally helped me, you guys, to get serious, and I hate to even say this because it's such a horrible thing, but I had to have my son taken away to wake me up. Oh, speedballing, that's what it's like. It's speedballing, Nick, and it's not good. You don't need to know. A lot of people do it, though. Okay, what's up, Axel? Ask away, honey. He is sitting here right beside me, Blunts, while I do this one. But no, he doesn't like just watch them, though. If he did, he would probably get a lot out of it, though. I try to get him to get involved with us, but he just, this isn't his thing. But I'm going to tell you guys, my husband is one of those people who struggles with shame. And he struggles with being ashamed of being a drug addict. And I try to work with him and try to help tell him that him being ashamed is not going to help his recovery. But I can't change him. It's embedded in his DNA to be kind of withdrawn when it comes to that kind of stuff. And hopefully, I hope that because I'm doing my recovery and because I'm helping people and because he hears me sharing about it, I hope it helps him. I really, really do. We'll have to ask him. He went to go get something to drink or something. But when he comes back in here, we'll ask him. Okay? And yes, I will upload this on YouTube. I always get really worried that he will go back out because of the shame, and because he doesn't have people that he works with like I do. Yeah, Blunt, sure. Thank you, Incognito. I love my husband, and it does make me emotional because I want him to feel the same relief and support and happiness that I feel by working with other people and being here with you guys. Having people you can talk to about your struggles and addiction, it helps me. It saves my life, okay? And so I want him to have that same release and relief. And I love my husband. And he is literally who I'm talking about, okay? He is the person who holds everything inside. He is the person who lets his job work him to the bone until he fucking loses his mind. He is the person who takes so much shit from all the other people until he finally just blows up. He is such a kind, loving, patient, tolerant, nice person. But he takes shit and he takes shit from people, and then it pushes him over the edge. And so I love my husband, but it's hard because I wish that I could help him to be more assertive and stick up for himself. I wish that I could help him open up and share about what he's going through. I mean, I could sit down with him today and say, "Are you okay? Did you have a great day?" And he says, "Yes, he had a great day." You know, but I can tell when he's upset and he's not feeling well. Now, since he's gotten his new job, he works really hard outside. So he comes home and he is tired. No, Neil is Sagittarius. No, he's Capricorn. His birthday is December 26th. But our sun is Cancer. Yes. Oh, M. Hills, I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's my sign. I am a Pisces. Pisces, baby. Pisces, Capricorn, and Cancer. My son's a Cancer. So, but here's the thing, you guys. Like, I can't hold my breath, and I can't. When Neil first got sober last year, I used to worry that he was going to relapse every single day, and I would look at him in the eyes to see if he was high when he would come home. And I'm trying to learn now how to trust him, and I've gotten a lot better. Now that he has a new job that he works, I see him when he comes home every night at 5, and so he doesn't have to work late at night, which is so much better, you guys. It's so much better. It's hard because I'm an addict in recovery, and I know how shitty it feels when someone doesn't trust you, but it's still hard for me not to do that, you know? So let me pull up, I want to pull up a Just for Today meditation, you guys, and we'll talk about it, okay? But any questions you have, go ahead and put them in the chat. Hey Renee, what's up, girl? Yay! I love doing meditations too. I have my big book too. Oh crap! We're supposed to be on. We'll do that tomorrow. Because tomorrow we start out and we do. I think we did How It Works, and so our next chapter is Into Action. Y'all remember that? Because we did more about alcoholism. We agnostic, no, more agnostics, How It Works, and now next we're going into action. Really, Lovey J? This eyeshadow is Divina Cosmetics, which is it is a indie brand. But dude, let me tell you guys, it is the shit. It is the shit. And so these are their duochromes. See how it... What did Axel say? No, it didn't. It didn't, Axel. If it has any names in it that are like drug related, it'll block it. Hey, Luna, thank you. The beach, that sounds awesome. Thanks, you guys. Do you have a favorite mascara? Yes, I do. It's the L'Oreal. Is it L'Oreal? It's in the L'Oreal, not telescopic, but Lash Paradise or something like that. And the wand has to be a fluffy wand that curves. This one I don't like. I don't like this wand because it doesn't curve. but I like the ones that curve towards the shape of your lash. Oh, my son's doing great. Interrelational of drugs and sex. Okay, yes. So drugs and sex, specifically stimulants, methamphetamine, cocaine. A lot of people who struggle with stimulant addiction have sex addiction also. Or they find themselves having more sex because they're high, right? I think it's because, you know, methamphetamine, it stimulates, it's a stimulant, and so it makes you aroused. I know a lot of men that use methamphetamine purposely, just so they can have sex. I know a lot of gay men who also use methamphetamine to have better sex. I will tell you this, that I have had sex with my husband high on methamphetamine and sober. And I will tell you that when we were high on methamphetamine, it was just so intense, because what it feels like is every time you're touching the person, it feels like every nerve ending in your body is like screaming and can feel their touch times 1,000. And so it makes sex so intense when you're high on methamphetamine. I cannot explain it any other way than it's like, it's a wild, man, wild. But here's the thing. It's like when you get to a point where you're using methamphetamine to have sex and you can't have sex without it, that's not good. That's not good. Yes, you can, Renee. Yeah, no problem.
Mom.
Yeah, baby, what's up?
I want to show you something.
What, baby?
Look. I made a house in Fortnite, like one the other day. Do you want to see
Where's
that?
your daddy at? Is he in the other room?
I don't know.
Alright, let me see.
Look. Do you want to see the outside?
No, you're not alone. That's totally normal.
Look.
Especially with methamphetamine.
Look.
Now, when you get sober from it...
Look, this is the outside of the house.
Oh, that's cool.
But look, when you go... Wait, I haven't made it.
When you get off of it, though, what you're going to find is that it's going to be the opposite. Like, well, me and my husband, we had to, like, re-get to know each other sober.
Mom.
What, baby?
Do you see the tree house?
Yes, I do.
Look.
We had to learn how to do it without it. Yeah, babe.
This is the tree house.
Uh-huh.
Wait, we have to go up.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Neil. Oh, you're downstairs?
Look. This is inside of... Mom, look.
What, baby?
What's inside of the tree house?
That's cool.
Do you see what's inside of the house?
Sure. Okay, so let's read this meditation. But Axel, that's totally normal, man. And now that you're sobering up, you're going to see what I mean. It's going to be on the other end of things. It's going to be harder for you to do it without it, because you've almost gotten accustomed to doing it with it. You know what I mean? It was hard for me.
But this is the inside of the house with the couches.
Okay, what's today? February, March, April, May, June, July, August. No, today is the 30th, right?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, it is. So here we go, y'all.
No, it's the 29th.
Giving back, okay?
No, it's the 29th today,
Okay.
I think.
He has struck something better than gold. He may not see at once that he has barely scratched a limitless load which will pay dividends only if he mines it for the rest of his life and insists on giving away the entire product. Okay, Alcoholics Anonymous, page 129. Let me get my book. 129. Okay. All right, here we go, y'all. The other day we should not worry about is tomorrow. The other day we should not worry about is tomorrow, with its possible adversities, its burdens, its large promise, and perhaps its poor performance. Tomorrow is also beyond our immediate control. Tomorrow's sun will rise either in splendor or behind a mask of clouds, but it will rise. Until it does, we have no stake in tomorrow, for it is yet unborn. Do I still worry too much about tomorrow? Yes, you can. You can, Diana. Do you still worry too much about tomorrow, you guys? So, what is that telling us? Just for today. Stay in today. Stay in the present. Stop catapulting yourself in tomorrow or into the next day. All you can do is focus on the now. Okay? All right. One more. Let's do this too. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Faith is not seeing, but believing. Down through the ages, there have always been those who obeyed the heavenly vision, not seeing but believing in God, and their faith was rewarded. So shall it be to you. Good things will happen to you. You cannot see God, but you can see the results of faith in human lives, changing them from defeat to victory. God's grace is available to all who have faith, not seeing, but believing. With faith, life can be victorious and happy. Yeah. Okay. So let's see what this page 129 says now. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm Christian. Okay. So, listen to this, you guys. This is about family, okay? I get the AA one, and I just change because it's where it all began. But I really like the AA one, Diana. He is not so unbalanced as they might think. Many of us, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to read you guys a story. Do y'all want to hear a story? Who wants to hear a story? Y'all want to hear a story? Are y'all going to listen to it, or are y'all going to leave if I read it? Because I'm not going to do it if y'all ain't going to listen. Okay, good. Okay, so in the back of the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous, there are personal stories, okay? And they share people's personal experiences, all right? So, we're going to read one, okay? This one is called Our Southern Friend. Are they talking about me? They could be talking about me, honey. Okay, here we go, y'all. Father is an Episcopal minister, and his work takes him over long drives on bad roads. His parishioners are limited in number, but his friends are many. For to him, race, creed, or social position makes no difference. It is not long before he drives up in the buggy. Both he and old Maud are glad to get home. The drive was long and cold, but he was thankful for the hot bricks that some thoughtful person had given him for his feet. Soon, supper is on the table. Father says grace, which delays my attack on the buckwheat cakes and sausage. Bedtime comes. I climb to my room in the attic. It is cold, so there is no delay. I crawl under a pile of blankets and blow out the candle. The wind is rising and howls around the house, but I am safe and warm. I fall into a dreamless sleep. I am in church. Father is delivering his sermon. A wasp is crawling up the back of the lady in front of me. I wonder if it will reach her neck. Shucks! It has flown away at last. The message has been delivered. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works. I hunt for my nickel to drop in the plate so that mine will be seen. I am in another fellow's room at college. Freshman, said he to me, do you ever take a drink? I hesitated. Father had never directly spoken to me about drinking, but he never drank any, so far as I knew. Mother hated liquor and feared a drunken man. Her brother had been a drinker and had died in a state hospital for the insane. But his life was unmentioned so far as I was concerned. I had never had a drink, but I had seen enough merriment in the boys who were drinking to be interested. I would never be like the village drunkard at home. Well, said the older boy, do you drink? Once in a while, I lied. I could not let him think I was a sissy. He poured out 2 drinks. Here's looking at you, kid. I gulped it down and choked. I did not like it, but I would not say so. A mellow glow stole over me. This wasn't so bad after all. Sure, I'd have another. The glow increased. Other boys came in. My tongue loosened. Everyone laughed loudly. I was witty. I had no inferiorities. Why, I wasn't even ashamed of my skinny legs. This was the real thing. So he got that liquor in him, and he started getting loosened up, and he started feeling good, started getting some confidence. Shit. A haze filled the room. The electric light began to move. Then 2 bulbs appeared. The faces of the other boys grew dim. How sick I felt. I staggered to the bathroom. Shouldn't have drunk so much or so fast, but I knew how to handle it now. I'd drink like a gentleman after this. And so I met John Barleycorn, the grand fellow who at my call made me a half fellow well met, who gave me such a fine voice as we sang, "Hail, hail, the gang's all here," and Sweet Adeline, who gave me freedom from fear and feelings of inferiority. Good old John. He was my pal, all right. On. Final exams of my senior year, and I may somehow graduate. I would never have tried, but my mother counts on it. A case of measles saved me from being kicked out during my sophomore year. But the end is in sight. My last exam, and an easy one. I gaze at the board with its questions. Can't remember the answer to the first. I'll try the second. No soap there. I don't seem to remember anything. I concentrate on one of the questions. I don't seem to be able to keep my mind on what I am doing. I get uneasy. If I don't get started soon, I won't have time to finish. No use. I can't think. I leave the room, which the honor system allows. I go to my room. I pour out half a tumbler of grain alcohol and fill it with ginger ale. Now, back to the exam. My pen moves rapidly. I know enough of the answers to get by. Good old John Barleycorn. He can be depended on. What a wonderful power he has over the mind. He has given me my diploma. John Barleycorn is the alcohol. Okay? Underweight. How I hate the word. 3 attempts to enlist in the service and 3 failures because of me being skinny. True, I have recently recovered from pneumonia and have an alibi, but my friends are in the war or going, and I'm not. I visit a friend who is awaiting orders. The atmosphere of eat, drink, and be merry prevails, and I absorb it. I drink a lot every night. I can hold a lot now, more than others. I examine for the draft and pass the physical test. I am to go to camp on November 13th. The armistice is signed on the 11th and the draft is called off. Never in the service. The war leaves me with a pair of blankets, a toilet kit, a sweater knit by my sister, and a still greater sense of inferiority. It is 10 o'clock on a Saturday night. I am working hard on the books of a subsidiary company of a large corporation. I have had experience in selling and collecting and in accounting. I am on my way up the ladder. Then the crack up. Cotton struck the skids and collections went cold. A $23 million surplus wiped out. Officers closed up and workers discharged. I and the books of my division have been transferred to the head office. I have no assistance and I'm working nights, Saturdays and Sundays. My salary has been cut. My wife and new baby are fortunately staying with relatives, so he's being overworked and underpaid. I feel exhausted. The doctor has told me that if I don't give up inside work, I'll have tuberculosis. But what am I supposed to do? I have a family to support and have no time to be looking for another job. I reach for the bottle that I just got from George, the elevator boy. I am a traveling salesman. The day is over and business has been not so good. I'll go to bed. I wish I were home with family and not in this dingy hotel. Well, look who's here. Good old Charlie. It's great to see him. How's the boy? You want a drink? You bet your life. We buy a gallon of corn because it is so cheap. Yet I am fiercely steady when I go to bed. Morning comes. I feel horrible. A little drink will put me on my feet, but it takes others to keep me there. I become a teacher in a boys' school. I'm happy in my work. I like the boys and we have a lot of fun in class and out. The doctor's bills are heavy and the bank account is low. My wife's parents come to our assistance. I am filled with hurt, pride, and self-pity. I seem to get no sympathy for my illness and have no appreciation of the love behind the gift. I call the bootlegger and fill up my charred keg, but I do not wait for the charred keg to work. I get drunk. My wife is extremely unhappy. Her father comes to sit with me. He never says any kind word. He is a real friend, but I do not appreciate him. Oh, he never says an unkind word. He is a real friend, but I do not appreciate him. We are staying with my wife's father. Her mother is in critical condition at a hospital. I cannot sleep. I must get myself together. I sneak downstairs and get a bottle of whiskey from the Cellaret. I pour drinks down my throat. My father-in-law appears. Have a drink, I ask? He makes no reply and hardly seems to see me. His wife dies that night. Oh, man. Mother has been dying of cancer for a long time. She is near the end now and is in the hospital. I have been drinking a lot but never get drunk. Mother must never know. I see her about to go. So his mom's dying. He's having job problems. His wife's mother just passed away. He has a kid to raise and a family to take care of, and he's an alcoholic. And it all started with one drink when he was in college. I return to the hotel where I'm staying and get gin from the bellboy. I drink and go to bed. I take a few the next morning and go to see my mother once more. I cannot stand it. I go back to the hotel and get more gin. I drink steadily. I come to at 3 in the morning. The indescribable torture has me again. I turn on the light. I must get out of the room or I shall jump out the window. I walk miles. No use. I go to the hospital where I have made friends with the night superintendent. She puts me to bed and gives me a hypodermic. I am at the hospital to see my wife. We have another child. But she is not glad to see me. I have been drinking while the baby was arriving. Her father stays with her. It is a cold, bleak day in November. I have fought hard to stop drinking. Each battle has ended in defeat. I tell my wife I cannot stop drinking. She begs me to go to the hospital for alcoholics that has been recommended. I say I will go. She makes the arrangements, but I will not go. I'll do it all myself. This time I'm off of it for good. I'll just take a few beers now and then. It is the last day of the following October, a dark, rainy morning. I come to on a pile of hay in a barn. I look for liquor and can't find it. I wander to a table and drink 5 bottles of beer. I must get some liquor. Suddenly I feel hopeless, unable to go on. I go home. My wife is in the living room. She had looked for me last evening after I left the car and wandered off into the night. She had looked for me this morning. She has reached the end of her rope. There is no use trying anymore, for there is nothing to try for. Don't say anything, I say to her. I'm going to do something. I'm in the hospital for alcoholics. I am an alcoholic. The insane asylum lies ahead. Could I have myself locked up at home? One more foolish idea. I might go out west on a ranch where I couldn't get anything to drink. I might do that. Another foolish idea. I wish I were dead, as I have often wished before. I am too yellow to kill myself. So he's too much of a chicken to kill himself. But all the ideas he's thinking of, going to a ranch so he won't be around alcohol. That's, wishing he was dead. 4 alcoholics play bridge in a smoke-filled room. Anything to get my mind from myself. The game is over on the other 3 leave. I start to clean up the debris. One man comes back, closing the door behind him. He looks at me. You think you're hopeless, don't you? He asks. I know it, I reply. Well, you're not, says the man. There are men on the streets of New York today who are worse than you, and they don't drink anymore. What are you doing here then? I asked. I went out of here 9 days ago saying that I was going to be honest, but I wasn't, he answers. A fanatic, I thought to myself, but I was polite. What is it? I inquire. Then he asked me, but I believe in a power greater than myself. Asked me if I believe in a power greater than myself. Whether I call that power God, Allah, Confucius, Prime Cause, Divine Mind, or any other name. I told him that I believe in electricity and other forces of nature, but as for God, if there is one, he has never done anything for me. Then he asked me if I am willing to right all the wrongs I have ever done to anyone, no matter how wrong I thought the others were. Am I willing to be honest with myself about myself and tell someone about myself? And am I willing to think of other people, of their needs instead of myself, in order to get rid of the drink problem? I'll do anything, I replied. Then all your troubles are over, says the man, and he leaves the room. The man is in bad mental shape, certainly. I pick up a book and try to read, but I cannot concentrate. I get in bed and turn out the light, but I cannot sleep. Suddenly, a thought comes. Can all the worthwhile people I have known be wrong about God? Then I find myself thinking about myself and a few things that I had wanted to forget. I begin to see I am not the person I had thought myself, that I had judged myself by comparing myself to others, and always to be my own advantage. It is a shock. Then comes a thought that is like a voice. Who are you to say there is no God? It rings in my head. I can't get rid of it. I get out of bed and I go to the man's room. He is reading. I must ask you a question, I say to the man. How does prayer fit into this thing? Well, he answers, you've probably tried praying like I have when you've been in a jam. You've said, God, please do this or that. And if it turned out your way, that was the last of it. And if it didn't, you've said there isn't any God. Or, he doesn't do anything for me. Is that right? Ain't that the truth? We've all prayed those foxhole prayers. Dear Lord Jesus, please help me. If you just get me out of jail this one more time, I'll never get fucked up again. Yes, I reply. That isn't the way, he continued. The thing I do is to say, God, here I am. And here are all my troubles. I've made a mess of things and can't do anything about it. You take me and all my troubles and do anything you want with me. Does that answer your question? Yes, it does, I answer. I return to bed. It doesn't make sense. Suddenly, I feel a wave of utter hopelessness sweep over me. I am in the bottom of hell, and there are a tremendous hope is born. And there a tremendous hope is born. It might be true. I tumble out of bed onto my knees. I know not what I say, but slowly a great peace comes to me. I feel lifted up. I believe in God. I crawl back into bed and sleep like a child. Some men and women come to visit my friend of the night before. He invites me to meet them. They are a joyous crowd. I have never seen people that joyous before. We talk. I tell them all the peace and that I believe in God. I think of my wife. I must write her. One girl suggests that I phone her. What a wonderful idea. My wife hears my voice and she knows that I have found the answer to life. She comes to New York. I get out of the hospital and we visit some of the new friends. I am home again. I have lost the fellowship. Those who understand me are far away. The same old problems and worries still surround me. Members of my family annoy me. Nothing seems to be working out right. I am blue and unhappy. Maybe a drink. I put on my hat and dash off in the car. Get into the lives of other people is one thing the fellows in New York had said. I go to see a man I had been asked to visit and tell him my story. I feel so much better now. I have forgotten about a drink. Y'all hear what's happening? So he met all those guys. He had fellowship in New York, and that's what was helping him stay sober. Now he goes back to his town, and he's having a hard time. And he was going to go get some alcohol. But before going to get the alcohol, he reached out to a friend that the guys in New York hooked him up with. And he didn't drink. I am on a train, headed for a city. I have left my wife at home sick, and I have been unkind to her in leaving. I am very unhappy. Maybe a few drinks when I get to the city will help. A great fear seizes me. I talk to a stranger in the seat beside me. The fear and the insane idea are taken away. Things are not going so well at home. I am learning that I cannot have my own way as I used to. I blame my wife and children. Anger possesses me. Anger such as I have never felt before. I will not stand for it. I pack my bag and I leave. I stay with some understanding friends. I see where I have been wrong in some respects. I do not feel angry anymore. I return home and say I am sorry for my wrong. I am quiet again. But I have not seen yet that I should do some constructive acts of love without expecting anything in return. I shall learn this after some more explosions. I am blue again. I want to sell the place and move away. I want to get where I can find some alcoholics to help and where I can have some fellowship. A man calls me on the phone. Will I take a young fellow who has been drinking for 2 weeks to live with me? Soon, I have others who are alcoholics and some who have other problems. I begin to play God. I feel that I can fix them all. I do not fix anyone, but I am getting part of a tremendous education, and I have made some new friends. Nothing is right. Finances are in bad shape. I must find a way to make some money. The family seems to think of nothing but spending. People annoy me. I try to read. I try to pray. Gloom surrounds me. Why has God left me? I mope around the house. I will not go out and I will not enter into anything. What is the matter? I cannot understand. I will not be that way. I'll get drunk. It is a cold-blooded idea. It is premeditated. I fix up a little apartment over the garage with books and drinking water. I am going to town to get some liquor and food. I shall not drink until I get back to the apartment. Then I shall lock myself in and read. And as I read, I shall take little drinks at long intervals. I shall get myself mellow and stay that way. I get in the car and drive off. Halfway down the driveway, a thought strikes me. I'll be honest anyway. I'll tell my wife what I am going to do. I back up to the door and go into the house. I call my wife into the room where we can talk privately. I tell her quietly what I intend to do. She says nothing. She does not get excited. She maintains perfectly calm. When I am through speaking, the whole idea has become absurd. So he sits down, he talks about his wife, about how he's going to leave, go get some liquor, and drink. He tells her what happens, and she remains perfectly calm. When I'm through speaking, the whole idea becomes absurd. Not a trace of fear is in me. I laugh at the insanity of it. We talk of other things. Strength has come from weakness. I cannot see the cause of this temptation now, but I am to learn that it began with my desire for material success, becoming greater than my interest in the welfare of my fellow man. I learn more that foundation stone of my character, which is honesty. I learn that when we act upon the highest conception of honesty that is given us, our sense of honesty becomes more acute. I learn that honesty is truth, and that truth shall set me free. And what were we talking about today? How important it is to talk about it when you're struggling, to let someone else know, to fellowship. You know why it's important? Because it gets it out of you. And isn't that what our alcoholic here did? Every time he thought about drinking, okay, instead of drinking, he talked about it. He called his sponsors in New York. He talked about it to his wife. He sat there with the guy in the bus and talked to the guy sitting beside him. And it freed him from the obsession. Okay? And so it is so important. It is so important, you guys, if you're struggling with a disease of addiction, to talk about what you're struggling with. You cannot carry the weight, the load alone. Snitching on your addiction, baby. That's what it's all about. Snitching on your addiction. Exactly. Exactly. That was a good story, huh? Alcohol withdrawal can kill you. It's very dangerous. Very dangerous. Neil?
Yeah.
Why aren't you in here?
Huh?
Why aren't you in here?
Because he was playing his game and I was watching him.
Okay, well, I'm out now. So go ahead. Punks. I'm going downstairs, but it hurts my feelings that you... Anyway, don't matter. Anyway. They're hiding in the other room. He could be in there listening and learning something. But no. It's dangerous like benzo withdrawal because it can kill you and you can have seizures and die from it. But anyway, we have to talk about what we're going through. We have to be snitching on our addiction, you guys. You cannot hold it in alone, okay? I know, they're in there playing video games. I wanted them to be with me. Even if they're not, they're just sitting there. It makes me feel good to have them in the room with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm hungry though, you guys. I gotta eat something. Baby, I'm a gangster too. Hey, Tyler. You relapsed. Well, it sounds like you need to get on Suboxone, man. If you're struggling, I'm going to have a hot dog. If you're struggling with constantly relapsing, MAT could be a good option for you, honey. Okay? Hey, Carissa. Hey, everybody. Come on in. We've been having a good meeting tonight, huh, guys? Good meeting tonight. There's no shame in needing, it has gotten a lot better. I don't eat as much as I normally, as I used to do, but it's because I'm on a medication for a stimulant medication, called Truvy. I'm relapsed. I'm on the shot. Good job, Jennifer. You're on the shot. What shot are you on? Because if you're on the shot, you can't get high, can you? Hey, sweet honey. Hey, honey. So, okay, for those of you guys that have relapsed, okay, you can't, Diana. You can't. The Suboxone will block it out. Yeah. So, did you relapse because you just wanted to see if it would work, Jennifer? I'm hungry. Hey, Mama. So, Tyler, if you relapsed, why don't you why don't you message me? And I'll help you out, man. What are you having fear over, Darlene? Oh, okay, Jennifer. She relapsed before she got the shot, you guys. Well, we're glad you got on the shot, girl. Okay. Tyler, I don't want to lose you, okay, man? And you have nothing to be ashamed about. This is what I'm talking about, you guys. Tyler, it should be a no-brainer for you, sweetie. okay? If you can't go into treatment, it should be a no-brainer for you to get on MAT, okay? Suboxone will save your life. If you're struggling with fentanyl addiction, get on Suboxone. It will save your life. It will change your life. You will be so happy because you will be sober. I'm telling you. Truvy Boost. It will save your life. What are you having a fear about, Darlene? I'm on Truvy Boost, y'all. It's a supplement. Okay? Yeah, Nick. I don't know who that is, though. Absolutely, you guys. And you can get it from Ashley. Trashly Anonymous. She sells it. So, Nick, reach out to Tracy. Oh, I mean the hot dog. She has, she sends people free Narcan. Mm-hmm. Yes, Tyler. It takes away the withdrawals, and you feel like a normal person again. Where do you live, Tyler? What state? You guys, I'm here to help any of y'all. If you're struggling and you're getting high, I will help you. Reach out to me. I can help you find treatment or help you get into an MAT program. Okay? Okay. Okay. A sponsor takes you through the steps. The 12 steps. Yeah, Tyler, you don't have to struggle anymore, baby. Uh-huh. A sponsor takes you through the steps, okay? How do you get one? Well, first you need to figure out what fellowship you want to be a part of, whether it's Narcotics Anonymous, Alcoholics Anonymous, Cocaine Anonymous, Heroin Anonymous. There's all kinds of different anonymous programs, okay? Once you decide what program you want to be a part of, then you start going to meetings, okay? And you start listening to people share, all right? Then, once you listen to people share, you can pick a sponsor and ask somebody to be your sponsor. Oh, there's a lot of anonymous programs. MARA, Medication Assisted Recovery Anonymous. I'm sober, just having a hard time forgiving myself. So, Nicole, what are you having a hard time forgiving yourself for? Explain. Explain, please. Because here's the thing. What I have found is that I struggle to forgive myself when I haven't done anything about a situation. So, what is it you're struggling with to forgive yourself? And then, once you identify that, have you done anything to work on that situation? Hey, Tracy. Tracy, thanks for the the money you sent me, that was so sweet. I totally did not expect it. Totally did not expect that. But it was a super nice little gesture, because I'm always open to having some money sent over to me. Yeah, I was so excited. I opened up my PayPal and it was there. Oh, that was really cool. That was a nice little surprise. Are y'all going in there or no?
Yeah, we're coming in there.
Bums. Bums. We're gonna wash my face, y'all. Say goodbye to this beautiful makeup. Hey Ron, what's up, man? Hey Bubba, what's up? Oh, thank you, Nick. You're a sweetheart. Hey Micah, what's up, girl? Thank you guys. Thank you, my loves. Thank you, everyone. So, and also, if anybody wants to do, I need to talk to my recovery coaches. I need to talk to Micah, Micah, Axel, Brenda, Caitlin. I need to talk to every one of you at least for 10 minutes on the phone. Each one of you guys needs to call me, because I haven't got to talk to you guys in a couple weeks, it feels like. I mean, I know we text each other every day, but I just want to get a head count on y'all, emotional head count. So if y'all could just call me tomorrow and do a quick check-in with me, that would be great. You hear me, Axel? You hear me, Micah? You hear me, Caitlin? You hear me, Brenda? Quick check-in tomorrow. Give me a call, okay? Yeah! Please, so that way I know you're doing okay. And Axel, I'm really proud of you, man. I'm really proud of you for staying sober. I know that you've been going through a hard time. Okay? Yes, I'm very proud of Axel. Axel's doing really good, you guys. Axel is a meth addict, and he has been sober for over... How long have you been sober now, Axel? It's been a while. He's doing really well, you guys. Oh, we're going to use this cleanser. It's a brand new cleanser that I got from Sephora. And it's like as you can see, it's a... what's your jigger? It is a... What's it called? Sample. Whoop, whoop. Ooh, I like this. I like the way it smells. 12 days! Oh my God, Axel! Oh my God! That is a miracle! I am so proud of you, dude! 12 days! Holy shit. Damn, dude. I'm so proud of you. I'm kind of going to get a little emotional about this one. I'm really fucking proud of you, man. Congratulations, Axel. Congratulations. 2 more days and we'll have 2 weeks sober, dude. Can you believe it? You're going to be hitting your 30 days with us, too. Holy shit. Axel is going to be too. That's amazing. That's amazing. And you know how Axel has gotten sober, you guys? Because he put himself out there. Okay? He put himself out there and he's fellowshipping. Okay? He reached out to me. He joined my recovery coaching Patreon. Okay? He has allowed me to put him in a group with other people, and we're all texting each other. So he's in a group chat with other men and women who understand addiction, okay? He messages me every day and checks in, okay? He's done his homework that I assigned him, okay? He has literally done the thing. He's doing it little by little, every single day. he's doing it and staying sober. And so that's what you do. He said, I got to get plugged in. I got to reach out to somebody who knows how to stay sober. He reached out to me, asked me to help him out. I helped him out and put him in with some other people, and now we're all helping each other. So, that's what you do, man. "96 days, good job. Awesome. Good job, Nick." Yeah, and you guys, if any of you guys want to join the recovery coaching, it's not expensive. It's 75 cents a day. It comes out to $25 a month, okay? And it helps me out because it helps me make a little extra money on the side, and it helps you out at the same time. You don't have to do it, okay? You don't have to do it, but if you want to do it and you want to support the cause, me, click the link in my bio, go to my Patreon, and join the $25 tier. Simple as that. Okay? Okay. Boom, chakalaka-laka. Boop, 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 boop. Nick, you would have to ask your parents, honey, because you're underage. You know what I'm saying? Nick is the baby of the group, you guys. But I'll let you stay in here because I know you're learning about recovery. So I couldn't take you on though because you're underage. That could get me in trouble. You know what I'm saying? But once you get a little bit older, then maybe I can do that with you. Yes, Nick is 16, you guys. He's 16 and he's an opiate addict. And he doesn't have a lot of support at home because his family doesn't understand addiction, okay? And so we let him stay with us because he needs the support. So, I love you too, Darlene. I love you too, girl. I'm usually like really strict about it when minors come in, but I just feel like he needs to have a support, so that's why we're letting him stay with us. Okay? Okay. So that's what you do, you guys. If you're struggling, Tyler, I think I saw you say that's what you need to do. If you're struggling, get plugged in. Okay? Get plugged in, you guys. The blood ritual is starting. That's right. Get plugged in. If you're somebody that doesn't want to go to AA or NA, that's not your thing, do like we're doing. Find somebody that you can hire to be a recovery coach. You know, I don't know how much other people charge. I honestly think it's probably like $200 a month, so you're not going to get anybody cheap like me. But if you want to invest in your recovery, I mean, that's worth it if you're investing in your recovery. If that helps you stay sober and you quit buying drugs and alcohol, then I would say it's 100% worth it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Morgan. Thanks, Nick. Yeah, I know. I was upset about that video about Richie too. I commented on that video and told Sarah, I said I used her real name because I need her to understand that it's not her, it's him that everybody is upset about, and that she needs to not align herself with him. You know what I mean? Everybody loves her, but she aligns herself with some of the most horrible people on here, you know? And sometimes I think she can't help it because she just wants to be friends, you know? She just wants to have friends, but it's like you have to set boundaries with these people who people are telling you. People are telling her that he's bad news and she's not listening, you know? So maybe she wants to find out for herself. Who knows? But I know a lot of people are upset with her because she's just been like riding the fence with people like that. You know what I mean? So Anyway, let's clean up my makeup room, you guys. Richie Weber is not a good person, okay? He doesn't care about anybody but himself, and you can tell that because of the content that he puts out. He puts out content that is demeaning to people on Suboxone, that makes up lies, like saying that Suboxone is the most addicting drug. That is so fucking horrible, because what it does is it causes other people to be afraid to utilize Suboxone. So what he's doing is he's fear-mongering, and it's fucked. What he's doing is fucked up, and it's wrong, and he deserves to get kicked in his fucking face. Honestly, that's real talk right there. You know, I don't have a problem with people having different opinions and stuff, but when you're just making shit up because you want to fucking be popular and you want clicks and views and you're just making up lies, that pisses me off. And that's what Richie does. He makes up lies to get a reaction out of people. And y'all seen it. Everybody duetted his video. Everybody duetted and stitched his video. And he did that on purpose. He did that on purpose because he knew that if he did that, people would retaliate. People would react, you know? You took Molly today? What the hell, Nick? What are you talking about? Thank you. I tied my hair in a knot. No, it's not just a few dozen of us. There's hundreds and thousands of us that are telling him that he did wrong. Oh, okay. But anyway, that's what you do, you guys. Get plugged in. Get plugged into a sober support network. We are all here. We go live every single night. Even if you don't want to do like Patreon coaching with me, you could just do these live streams every night for free. I do them every single night. Sometimes I miss because I'm tired, honestly. But almost every night I do them. Ask Diana. Diana texted me last night and she's like, "Are you going live tonight?" Because I normally do it every single night, you know? And we help each other, we support each other, you know? Normally, if I don't go live, it's just because I'm tired, but I try to make it every night so that way I'm here for you guys and I support you guys. I cannot stress this enough, you know? Like, there are people on this app who are gonna act like they support you. They're gonna act like they care about your sobriety. They're gonna act like they give a damn. And they don't. And you know how you can tell that they don't? Because all they do is take. Congratulations, Jade. Good job, girl. All they do is take from you, okay? What I do here is I give, okay? I give and I give and I give and I give. And that's how you can tell when somebody cares about your well-being, is they're not all about themselves, okay? And they'll actually do things for you to help you. All right? They're actually going to provide a service for you that's going to enrich your life. Okay? That's what we're doing over here. We enrich each other's lives by sharing our sober support with each other. Okay? It's not easy to totally get away from drugs and alcohol, right? It's transition. At first, you got to transition. You got to walk away from the people, the places, and the things. Then you still got the people calling you and saying, "Hey girl, what's up? You want to get a dime? You want to get this? You want to get that? You want to get a bag? You want to get a rock?" And you have to learn how to say, "No, no, I don't want that. No, I don't want that. No, I'm better than that," right? I don't want that for my life, okay? What, Nicholas? And then you block everyone. Exactly, Jade. Block everyone. Because if you don't, they're still going to reach out to you. And they're going to come out of the woodworks, honey. They'll show up to your house. They'll see you at the gas station. But you have to say, I'm sober as a judge and I don't want that life no more. I don't want that life anymore. I want better for myself. I want to be present. I want to take care of my kids. I want to be a good friend, right? Why do people say drugs and alcohol when they're all drugs, right? Because back in the day when Alcoholics Anonymous first came forward, a lot of people are just alcoholics and have never even touched a drug. And so they identify themselves as just alcoholics, not drug addicts also. A lot of the reason too is a lot of people, it's a stigma thing. Drug addiction is like, ooh, it's worse, you know what I'm saying? And alcohol is the same thing. Alcohol is a drug also. Alcohol is worse, if not the same, because it's so readily available and it's everywhere. Just like that video I made about sugar being the most addicting substance. Somebody was like, no, it's not. People don't lie, cheat, and steal to get sugar. Yeah, that's because it's readily available, just like alcohol. Alcohol, nicotine, caffeine, sugar, all extremely addictive substances that are readily available right at your fingertips. You can get them anytime, you know? And so that's why, because you can just get them. Soda, straight up addiction right there. Straight up addiction. I'm talking, I know people who can't go a day without drinking a Coke or a Diet Coke or a Dr. Pepper. Okay? Like they go through withdrawals from getting away from it. So, let's get this off. Yep. But sometimes in our recovery, we got to choose our battles, Diana. Right now, you're doing so well in your recovery. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? But what I would do if I was you, I would say when you hit your 6 months sober, start working on, you know, maybe cutting down on the pop, taking exercise, trying to exercise more. That's what I'm trying to do. I wish I had done it earlier. I wish I had done it early in my recovery, because I wouldn't have gotten to this point. You know, I gained all this weight in recovery, you guys. All of it. Okay? I gained probably 40 pounds in recovery. Because when I got sober, I was 175. Which for me isn't super skinny, but it's not, I don't feel or look bad. But honey, I put on 25 pounds and it hit the 200 pound mark. Then I had to put on another 25 pounds. Honey, not good at all. 50 pounds gained. Oh yeah, girl. Hell yeah. That pop is something else. It really, really is. Yeah, Christian, same. It's like you just wake up one day and it all just came on so fast. At least that's how I felt. I felt like I just woke up and it was all there, you know? But I keep on telling myself, you know what? I'd rather be chunky and sober than skinny and tweaked out. So, oh wow, you're tall. And I think also, like, you know, we indulge because we're sober now and we're like, I deserve it, you know? I deserve it just a little bit. Whew. That felt good. Okay. That's what I did when I got sober. I felt like I deserved it. Whew, honey. Not a good idea. Really, Ginger? That's great. So did my husband. Some people lose weight on it. Aw, thanks, Nick. Y'all are all so good to me. Now, I do want to tell you guys, if I'm going to upload this video on YouTube. Hey, Kathy, what's up, girl? I'm going to upload this video onto YouTube. So if you guys didn't get to see the video tonight, it will be on YouTube. Every time we have a good live like this, you know, I always try to upload it to YouTube. So that way, if somebody missed it, they can watch it back. But I feel like we learned a lot tonight about guilt and shame. I feel we learned a lot about how to stay sober and how important fellowshipping with other addicts and alcoholics is. I mean, shoot, that story time we read at the end, if that wasn't proof enough that you need to fellowship, then I don't know what is. That was really crazy how that story fit perfectly with our topic tonight. And just so y'all know, I didn't know that was going to be like that. I just picked it. And there it was, perfect for the topic. Isn't that crazy? That's how God works, y'all. God knew that you guys needed the message, okay? He knew that y'all needed to hear about how important it is to snitch on your addiction, okay? He knew that some of you guys are struggling with holding things in and not talking about what you're going through, okay? God knew that you guys are keeping secrets. And what happens with secrets? Secrets keep us sick, okay? That is a power greater than yourself, knowing what you need to hear. Shoot, I needed to hear that shit, okay? I get caught up and I think, oh, I'm helping people, I don't need help. But honey, the helper's got to get help too. So that means that I need to start opening up more and letting people in and letting them know when I'm struggling. I be damned. So, if you haven't been opening up about your struggles and you're keeping things inside, tonight was a sign, okay guys? Tonight was a sign for you to start opening up about your struggles and start letting people know what you're going through and reaching out for help, okay? It was a sign that it's time to make the transition, okay? It's time to make the transition to recovery and working on your recovery, okay? It's time to get up off our asses, stop being lazy in our recovery and actually work in it. Work your recovery, okay? You cannot just rest on your laurels anymore, okay? You gotta work it, y'all, to stay sober. So, damn, that was a good meeting tonight. That was a really good meeting tonight, you guys. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I know I did. I always enjoyed going live and talking with you guys about recovery. I hope it inspired you. I hope it inspired you to stay sober and to work diligently on your sobriety, guys. Because I'm telling you, sobriety is a gift, okay? It's a gift. And you have to work hard to keep it because it can be gone in the blink of an eye. Something can happen, you know? So please, please utilize your recovery. Utilize your support network. Utilize the people who care about you and want you to stay sober, all right? Don't get lazy. Don't get lazy in your sobriety. Don't, because I'm telling you guys, I see it time and time again. Friends of mine who have gotten lazy and complacent in their sobriety and they relapse, okay? I will never judge you if you relapse, and I will be here to support you, but I do not want you to struggle in your sobriety, okay? I just blocked him. Yeah, people like that are just like, I don't know if they're young kids, but they're just like, they have to be like young or something, trolls. So, and I appreciate my mod squad for always helping me out in here. You know what? Welcome to the Mod Squad, Axel. You have passed the test. Okay? So, welcome to the Mod Squad, Axel. Thank you so much for being here and always coming to my live streams and helping me with that chat. It really means a lot to me. And it helps me a lot. So, welcome. Thank you for all your help with the meetings and stuff. And thank you to all my moderators who are always here. to help me in the chat and let everyone know that they're welcome here. Like, being a moderator on Real Talk Recovery is important, you guys, because y'all are greeting the newcomers. You're letting them know that this is a safe place for them to be. You kind of set the tone for everyone. You know, when we open up the meeting and we come in, having you guys here and active and you know, setting the tone. When I've asked for the 5 things you're grateful for, you guys jump in. If I'm being honest, I'm not sober. Hey, Ducky Lick, you can be honest here, honey. You know that. What's going on, Ducky? What happened? So y'all are the ones who helped me with this, okay? And so thank you and welcome to the Mod Squad, Axel. So what happened, Ducky? And just like everybody's telling you, it's okay. What's going on, though? Did you slip on some Roxy's? I think that's your drug of choice, isn't it? The blues. I want you to know that that's okay, and we are not going to judge you here, okay? And you just stick around with us. Because it happens. It happens. But you know what? You're in the right place. You're hanging out with a sober squad, hanging out with a Real Talk Recovery crew, and you just stick around and hang out with us, and hopefully you'll get back on the right track. Beth, oh no, okay, I got you. Why did I think that you had been taking blues? Why did I think that? I think you had commented on a video or something about it. I don't know. Anyways, so that's okay, Ducky. Well, I want to encourage you to stop, okay? I know that you're probably, you know, high right now. But I want you to know that we're not going to judge you. There's nothing to be ashamed of, okay? There's nothing to be ashamed of. Methamphetamine is hard because it's a stimulant. It makes you want to do it. It gives you energy. It makes you stay skinny. It just does all these things that are just like amazing, right? But then it also does something else. It makes you feel depressed. It makes you feel angry. It puts you in an isolation stage where you're all by yourself and nobody's around and you beat yourself up, right? We have a bunch of people in here that are recovering meth addicts. Me being one of them, Axel being one of them. Who else is a recovering meth addict in here? Methamphetamine was our downfall too. But the great thing about it is you can stop and you don't ever have to go back, okay? Please, 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 please block the people who you're getting it from, okay? Blunts is a recovering meth addict. Thank you, Blunts. Block those people that you were using with or got it from because they don't have your best interest at heart, okay? What was that?
I thought it was.
Don't do that, Nate. That did scare me. Don't do that. It scared me.
For water.
Go get some.
But like clean water, not tap water.
Go get some downstairs, Nate. You're a big boy.
Downstairs, it's scary.
Why is it scary? I'll go down there with you. Hold on.
You know, every single kid is the scared of them.
Okay, guys. I'm going to go downstairs with Nate. Give him something to drink.
There's like 50.
But Ducky Lick, message me, okay?
There's like.
Don't be ashamed, all right?
No, there's like 50.8
Hey, Nate.
million.
Tell everybody, what did recovery do for you, Nate?
Nothing. What?
He gave you your mom back.
Oh.
Say it.
I don't remember what to say.
What did recovery do for you, Nate?
You said do for me.
What did recovery do, Nate, for me?
Stab you with a shot.
Oh, gosh.
I don't know what to say and kill me.
He doesn't love me.
Yes, I don't.
All right, you guys. I'm going to go get him something to drink. I love you guys so much. Great meeting. I'm going to upload this on YouTube, okay? All right, y'all. Good night, everybody. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, you guys. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you, guys.
Good night, guys.
He's a silly boy. Yes. I'll see y'all tomorrow, okay? Please, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, go subscribe. And if you want to do recovery coaching with me, click the link in the bio and join Patreon with us. All right, bye.